Welcome to LC Screen Talk. My name is Larry, and this is my review of A Quiet Place. This was definitely one of my more anticipated films for 2018. As a fan of horror, suspense, thrillers, the whole blanket genre, of course, I was pretty excited for this film just in general, just on principle. But then, when we got those trailers, when we got this full concept, a further understanding of what it was we were being served, my excitement just went through the roof. Now, of course, there was a little bit of hesitation. I wasn't sure what to expect with John Krasinski writing, directing, starring in this film here. But guess what? This is just as good as you're hoping it will be. I loved this movie. So let's go ahead and kick off with the many positives we have here. The big positive for me is the concept, the structure, the idea behind it all. We have a film with nearly zero dialogue to it. It's all predicated on the score, the sounds, the acting, and some sign language that happens here. But honestly, a lot of the times, I don't even think we needed the sign language itself. This could have been a dialogue-free film, and I think it would have worked just as effectively. But the silence enhanced this movie so much. Having a horror film based around nothing but sound is revolutionary for a concept that within horror isn't actually all that revolutionary. The idea of making sound in these scary situations has been explored in every slasher film, every horror film, in Don't Breathe from 2016, but it's never been done this way, and it's never been done to this extreme and this effectively. As an audience member, you're like nervous to even make a sound. It was done so well that you were holding your breath just for characters moving around, and I think that was wonderful. It was suspenseful from the moment this film began all the way through to the very last frame. You are on the edge of your seat, intently watching. You're hooked. Our acting here is also fantastic. Emily Blunt is wonderful, as she always is, and John Krasinski is also very good. Not to mention, the child actors in the scenario are also very solid. So acting across the board helps to sell the entire premise of what it is we're watching. And this film is the exception when it comes to jump scares. There are plenty of jump scares here, but when you have a film that's completely silent, literally any noise kind of is a jump scare in and of itself. But these are the best jump scares I think maybe I've ever seen because of that effect. I also really liked the creatures. The design of the creatures was really cool. I think everything kind of played out in a really nice manner. It all just worked. There are very few negatives here for me. It's a very simple premise, so it's hard to give a bunch of details on positives or negatives necessarily, but most everything here worked. Just know that this film executes this very straightforward, simple, but horrifying concept expertly. I also really appreciated how we started off in this really awkwardly patriarchal hierarchy of a film here. And actually, this was a negative of mine for quite some time. But the way that the film inverts naturally was beautiful, and I thought it came together really well by the end of the film. As for negatives of the film, there were some things that I didn't quite understand. There were some logic issues here in which I was just kind of like, Why? Why are they making this choice? It doesn't quite make sense. There's not many of those, but there are still a few. You get characters who are doing things, or not seeing things, or not doing things, and it's a little bit of typical horror tropes in that sense, where you're kind of a little bit like, why would you do that? But again, I think it's definitely watered down from most horror films. And also, I think the score itself waned in and out. It's effective, but it's not necessarily memorable. For being a nearly dialogue-free movie, I wish the score was, like, all-time great horror scores. As it is, it's effective, it gets the job done, but it's not going to be something that sticks out as super memorable years to come. But honestly, I thought this was a fantastic film. It is a unique, fresh, cool premise for a new horror suspense thriller, and it is executed so well. It will have you gripped the entire movie, on the edge of your seat, scared to even breathe in too heavy or jump, because you'll be scared to make any noise in that theater. So I say, give this one a full price ticket. It definitely is worth your time. So, that is my review of A Quiet Place. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, go ahead, click like down below, and subscribe to the channel so you are always up to date on our latest videos. Also, join in on the discussion. Are you excited to see A Quiet Place? Or have you already seen it? If you have, let me know what you thought in the comment section down below, or you can hit me up on Twitter. I love you all so much for your support. Mwah! Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!